Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja, where we empower young minds with essential skills for success. Join our community of curious learners as we explore the art of argument evaluation today. By developing your reasoning skills, you will gain the confidence to navigate complex discussions, engage critically with information, and make informed decisions. Subscribe now for free educational content that builds stronger thinkers and better communicators. In today's episode, we delve deep into the world of argument evaluation. This skill is more critical than ever in a time filled with persuasive messages, from advertisements to political rhetoric. At the heart of this evaluation lie three fundamental pillars introduced by Aristotle: ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos refers to credibility, pathos speaks to emotions, and logos concerns logical reasoning. While all three are crucial in persuasion, it's the logical component logos that forms the basis for sound arguments. A strong argument goes beyond merely convincing people, it involves examining claims, supporting evidence, logical structure, assumptions, and conclusions. By honing your argument evaluation skills, you not only become a better communicator but also a well-informed citizen capable of making sound judgments. Let's break down the essential components of an argument: a claim, evidence, and reasoning. The claim is what the arguer wants you to believe. The evidence is the information that backs up that claim, while reasoning explains how the evidence leads to the conclusion. For instance, consider the claim that schools should implement later start times. You might back this up with the evidence that studies show improved performance and health in students who start school later. The reasoning is found in articulating why these outcomes are favorable and necessary for educational success. Understanding arguments through frameworks, such as the Tolman model, can significantly enhance your ability to analyze and evaluate. The Tolman model identifies 6 components: claim, data, warrant, backing, qualifier, and rebuttal, helping learners systematically dissect arguments. Next, we need to differentiate between deductive and inductive arguments. Deductive reasoning seeks certainty. If the premises are true, the conclusion must be true. For example, the classic syllogism states, "All men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal." On the other hand, inductive arguments aim for probability. They suggest that if certain evidence is observed, the conclusion is likely true. An example would be, "Every raven I have seen is black, thus, the next raven I see will probably be black." Recognizing a situation's context helps in evaluating which type of argument is at play. Deductive reasoning finds its most common applications in formal logic, while inductive reasoning is vital in scientific exploration. As you assess arguments, rigorously distinguish between validity and soundness in deductive reasoning. Validity pertains to the logical structure of the argument. If the premises are accurate, so is the conclusion. However, soundness requires not just validity but that the premises themselves are true. The famous fallacy, "All birds can fly. Penguins are birds. Therefore, penguins can fly," is valid yet unsound due to the untrue premise regarding all birds flying. Thus, even when arguments appear logical, the underlying facts matter tremendously. Transitioning to inductive arguments, you gauge strength and cogency. A strong inductive argument makes its conclusion highly probable, while cogency means that the argument is both strong and the premises are accurate. Consider the assertion, 90% of students who study regularly pass this course. You study regularly, therefore, you will probably pass. If that 90% holds, it represents a strong inductive argument. However, remember that these arguments are not about certainties, they express likelihood, an essential perspective to grasp in science and everyday decision-making. Now, we must discuss recognizing common logical fallacies. Fallacies represent flaws in reasoning that can derail an argument. Some, such as ad hominem, strawman, false dilemma, slippery slope, circular reasoning, and false cause, undermine clarity and character often without sound justification. Awareness of these fallacies enhances critical thinking and can sharpen your argumentative skills. Not only is identifying fallacies essential, but it also provides an opportunity to enhance arguments by explaining why they are weak and suggesting improvements. When evaluating arguments, distinguishing the quality and relevance of evidence is crucial. Not all evidence carries the same weight. Strong evidence could be peer-reviewed studies, while weaker forms might include anecdotes or unverified testimonials. Identifying credible, relevant, and timely evidence shapes the foundation of solid arguments. In medicine, there exists a hierarchy of evidence ranging from systematic reviews to mere personal opinions. Utilizing a critical eye when discussing evidence can yield better conclusions, opening pathways for informed decision-making. Every argument is built on underlying assumptions, unstated beliefs that link evidence to conclusions. Recognizing these assumptions is key to solid argument evaluation. For instance, the argument advocating for a ban on single-use plastics implies several assumptions: that environmental protection is vital, that these plastics harm the environment, and that a ban would be effective. Analyzing the validity of these assumptions can reveal significant weaknesses. As critical thinkers, making assumptions explicit will help challenge arguments and contemplate alternative perspectives. This process often uncovers critical aspects overlooked initially. An effective strategy for deeply evaluating an argument is constructing a counterargument, the strongest possible objection to an original claim. This doesn't merely highlight weaknesses but actively scrutinizes and tests the original argument. The goal isn't about winning a debate, it's about pursuing truth. Notably, philosopher John Stuart Mill emphasized the importance of considering the strongest counterarguments, suggesting this helps refine and better fortify one's own stance. In science and law, peer review processes and case methods encourage anticipative thinking and thorough evaluation, ensuring that every argument withstands scrutiny. As we draw our lesson to a close, mastering argument evaluation transforms you. You become a confident critical thinker, equipped with invaluable skills like analyzing structures, evaluating evidence, recognizing fallacies, surfacing hidden assumptions, and making justified conclusions. Engaging in critical thinking cultivates essential virtues, including curiosity, humility, skepticism, open-mindedness, and persistence, traits vital for navigating debates and making sound judgments. Think of Socrates, who famously stated, "The unexamined life is not worth living." His method of questioning is still prevalent in argument evaluation. Research shows that students trained in evaluating arguments perform better across various educational paradigms. Implementing these skills is crucial not just for academic growth but for responsible citizenship, successful relationships, and informed decision-making in a complex world. Today, we explored the realm of argument evaluation, emphasizing the foundational elements necessary for dissecting claims, evidence, and reasoning. We distinguished between deductive and inductive arguments, reviewing the critical roles of validity, soundness, strength, and cogency. By recognizing logical fallacies, assessing evidence quality, and identifying assumptions, we armed ourselves with tools to evaluate arguments deeply and critically. Additionally, we discussed the significance of constructing counterarguments to strengthen our positions. Remember, the journey to becoming a confident critical thinker is one that combines both skills and virtues. Thank you for joining us today on your journey to enhance your critical thinking skills. We hope this discussion on argument evaluation empowers you to engage thoughtfully with the information around you. Continue practicing these skills, and don't forget to subscribe to Spelling Bee Ninja for more educational content that enriches your learning experience. Until next time, keep questioning, keep thinking critically, and keep growing.